Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here, especially given what just happened. You might notice I'm a little bit raspy today, and that's because last night I tested positive for COVID. I've been so careful for 3 years. I never got it. This is my first time. I'm so bummed and I feel like dog food. So that's the downside, but the upside is I have to isolate and I can't go into work and put my colleagues at risk. So that gives me all this extra time to film and plan for Vlogmas and all that good stuff. So I have created an exhaustive list for prepping for 2024. You will be in the best shape kicking off the new year if you start to build momentum now and set yourself up for success over the next 2 months before the new year begins. I know a lot of us make New Year's resolutions and put all the pressure on January 1st to start new habits and systems and break bad habits and all that, and it can be quite overwhelming. And then if we fail in the first week, we just give up and don't start over and don't keep at it. But I've come up with a way to kind of chip away at everything we need to have wrapped up by the end of the year to start the year off right. If there's a particular category like beauty or wellness and all of that you'd like to skip to, you can definitely do that. The timestamps are also found in the description box below. You know, if your physical health is in tip-top shape and you don't need to watch that chapter, then skip to, your car or your finances or something that you do need a little bit of help with. So if you can stand my raspy voice, let's get into it. So I have checked in with my family, friends, colleagues, myself, with everything anyone could think of that they might want to clean up before the end of the year. So it's a very long, exhaustive list, and this could be quite a long video, but I think that because it's so long, you're gonna want to delegate some of these tasks if you can. I can't because I live alone and my cat's not so great. She doesn't have opposable thumbs, so she can't really help me clean and declutter and organize and all that stuff. But if you have a partner or kids who are old enough to help out, try to delegate some of these tasks to them so that it's not all on your shoulders. And definitely do not drown yourself in the process for the next 2 months. I want you to find some enjoyment in the process. If you have some time in the evening, put 20 minutes towards this project, or an hour if you have the time. Or if you wake up early and have some time before work, chip away at it then, but by no means burn yourself out getting this done and start the new year off tired. So I've divided this video into what I like to call life pillars. So I learned this in therapy and I've implemented it myself. We all have life pillars such as relationships, physical health, mental health, career, finances, hobbies, all of that. And we just want to make sure that everything that falls under those categories is taken care of. So that's how I've divided these chapters into each different pillar. So naturally, I'm going to start with the home because the first thing on my list is to go through everything you own, daunting, I know, and just declutter, donate, sell, give away, get rid of anything that doesn't spark joy in the Marie Kondo sense. There's Facebook Marketplace out there for your home goods and home decor. There is Poshmark if you want to sell your clothing. There are ways to make some money, and we could all use a little extra disposable income around the holidays when gift giving is at its highest and the holidays can be quite expensive. So I would go through and declutter everything. I also want to point out that often physical clutter can lead to mental clutter, and it works in reverse as well. So physical declutter leads to mental declutter. You'll just feel more at ease in your space, you have room to breathe, and you have more space with which to practice your habits, your new habits, your happy habits, and your healthy habits. The second thing I want to mention under the home pillar is invest in really great storage. So I have found these tubs at IKEA and they are really strong plastic. They're not flimsy. They don't bend and warp. The lids are great. You can stack them. So I have one for home decor that I want to keep, but I currently don't have a place for it because, as I mentioned, I've been selling and decluttering, shelving and things like that. So I do want to decorate with it eventually, but now is not the time. I have another one full of my art supplies. So I paint in my spare time, or I used to before I got really busy in the fall. So I haven't really touched any painting since the summer, but it's a hobby I want to get back into, and you'll see later, hobbies is another pillar. So on top of the bins, get any shelving that you need, open or closed if you want things behind closed doors in an armoire so you don't see all the junk that's inside, or get open shelving if you want to display things nicely like books and plants and things like that, photos. I myself invested in a shoe rack from Amazon. I had my shoes and boots all over the apartment. I could never find which Uggs or my Doc Martens that I wanted to wear that day, and I was scrambling before work to find the right footwear. But now I have a 3-tiered shelf that fits all of my shoes and boots, and I can just grab right by the door the pair that I want to wear that day. So that storage has really, really helped. The same goes for other rooms in your house. Like, do you have a tub for your summer clothes to put things away for the winter and keep them clean and safe and dust free? Do you have storage in your bathroom for your makeup and all your hair tools? Do you have storage in your kitchen for your cutlery, your spices, your Tupperware, all of that? Just invest in good storage. You will reap the rewards of having great storage, and I'm definitely happy about it. It hurts a little bit to spend the money up front on the storage, but the rewards that you reap from having that and having the space organized is greater and far worth the money you invest at the beginning. So the next thing you want to invest in is new cleaning supplies if you're running low on any that you need. Do you need new sponges, new dishcloths, new dish towels, face cloths for the bathroom? If anything's feeling grungy or like it could be infused with bacteria, just toss it and replace them. Doesn't have to be expensive. You can get 3 or 4 packs of dishcloths from Walmart or Giant Tiger, and they work just fine. So just replace the dingy, dusty, old bacteria filled items so that you can clean with fresh ingredients. For example, you're going to be cleaning the floors. Do you have enough vacuum bags? Do they fit properly in your vacuum that you have? Do you have a Mr. Clean Magic eraser? Trust me, that's the only thing that works on my baseboards is a Mr. Clean Magic eraser. Just invest in one. Just go get it now. Pause, go get a Mr. Clean Magic eraser. It's fine. You can come back to this video after that. It will change your life. It's a game changer. So moving more specifically into the home pillar, I want to talk about the living room. And oftentimes we don't get around to cleaning the items that are upholstered in our home, such as the couch, the armchairs, carpets, and the curtains. So we get to these items once a year, if that, and they can carry a lot of dust mites and skin cells and just bacteria that you want to get rid of. So I would invest in renting an upholstery cleaner. If you don't have one, just don't buy one because you're only going to use it once a year. Just rent one or use a high-powered steamer so the heat and the hot water can kill whatever's in there, and refresh your fabrics on all your furniture. Ask yourself, are things piling up on surfaces, such as your entryway console table? Or, for example, my credenza was covered in crap and dust, and I had to use Pledge to get it all cleaned up before I used it as the backdrop for this video. Things just start to pile up on these surfaces because we don't have anywhere else to set them, and it's time to find dedicated homes for these items. What about your windows? How are they holding up? Are they grimy and grim? Do they need to be Windexed or washed? I'm sure your mirrors could use a Windexing. Do you have enough paper towel? Is that something you need to add to your cleaning supply shopping list? Another one that really builds up for me that I have to declutter like once a month are reusable shopping bags. So I know we all do this. We go to the store to get our groceries or to go shopping, and we forget to bring reusable bags. So we buy more when we're there because we have to carry our items to the car or home. So we end up with a lot of reusable bags. So I like the ones that are really sturdy and I can fit a lot in and that are stackable. So I keep those, but anything like the blue Walmart ones or the grocery bags that aren't very sturdy or strong or big, I use those to fill with donation items and then carry those bags to the donation, the mission, the Salvation Army places, and then they can use those bags and just pay it forward. I don't want to throw them out because they're perfectly good and they can be used. Just reimagine what they can be used for. So if you're donating clothes or books, home goods, just stack them in those reusable bags you don't want to use and send them on their way. So moving on to the kitchen. This is an area that requires a lot of attention because food refuse and mold can really build up and even make you sick if you don't take care of it. Have you cleaned out your fridge and freezer? Does your freezer need defrosting? Does it have all of that, white freezer burn that's piled up? Defrost it. Get that done. Clean out and scrub your fridge and the crispers, the shelves and the crisper drawers. Get that done before you put in all of your holiday ingredients for when you're going to do Christmas cookie baking or you have a side dish that you have to bring to Christmas. You want that fridge clean for the new year. Clean inside your oven and your microwave. I'm sure that they could use a good scrub. How's your dishwasher holding up? Is it grimy? Get some JetBlue and run it through just on a cleaning cycle. Clean that grime out so that you can really, really clean your dishes properly and you don't have that caked on food or any leftover bacteria. Check your pantry. How are your supplies doing? Are you low on spices? Do you have the ingredients that you need to make things for the year's end? Do you need dish soap, Febreze, garbage bags, anything like that? Are you low on those items? Now's the time to stock up and just have everything ready to go for 2024. Have you picked out your favorite Christmas recipe yet? And do you have the ingredients you need to get those dishes done? For me, it's gingerbread cookies, so I'm gonna need to get molasses and things like that and ginger to make sure I have everything stocked and ready to go so I don't need to run out and grab, say, eggs at the last minute when I'm trying to bake. What about your kitchen knives and scissors? Do they need sharpening? Get that looked at, get that taken care of, because you don't want to use dull scissors and dull knives and end up cutting yourself because you're struggling to cut through a cucumber a la Kendall Jenner. We all know how that ended for her. Moving now into the bedroom. We want to make sure we're getting our full 8 to 9 hours of sleep because that is the real pillar of physical and mental health. It comes from sleep. And I've done a lot of research on this because I am a terrible revenge sleep procrastinator and I really want to put that habit to bed in 2024. To do so, I have switched my summer linens to my winter linens. So I've got nice flannel bedding on to keep warm as the temperature drops. I've washed my duvet, my comforter, my quilt. Everything has been freshened. Have you vacuumed all the dust bunnies under the bed, or do you have storage under the bed that you need to go pull out and go through? Are your nightstands cluttered? Do you have a bunch of stuff piling up on them? Clear that off and replace it with a nice smelling candle that you can light as a reward when you're decompressing at night, getting ready for bed, putting your pajamas on and doing a bit of reading before you go to sleep. What about your laundry machine? Does it need to have a cleaning done? How's the lint tray? Does it need to be cleaned? Do you have enough detergent, fabric softener, or bounce sheets? Moving now from the bedroom to the bathroom. This is one that I do weekly, but I really wanted to do a deep, deep clean for the new year. So that involves scrubbing the tub, the sink, the toilet, the countertops, the mirrors, the floors, all the tile, the baseboards, everything. And mopping it, I tend to use Swiffer Wet because I don't have a mop and bucket and I find it's quite effective. So I like the Swiffer products are just fine. I vacuum kind of the hair when I'm doing my hair and it sheds or falls out. I vacuum that up and then I mop with the Swiffer Wet and it works great. Another bathroom topic that we as women rarely think of in time before it causes a problem is, does your bathroom drain need to be cleaned out of hair? Because when we're showering, it comes out, it goes down the drain and it can clog it. So we want to clean that out to prevent any clogs from happening in 2024. Moving into your home office. How is your stationery doing? Your supplies, your staples, your paper clips, your Post-its. Do you need to stock up on any of those? I love shopping for office supplies. I think it's nerdy but fun. And I love to go to Staples and pick out the brightest colored Post-its and the greatest highlighters that they have, or even push pins for bulletin boards. You can get all different kinds and really have fun with it. So you can make it an outing that you enjoy instead of an onerous task to restock your office. Do you have printer paper? Are you low on ink? All of that needs to be addressed. What about your favorite pens? Are you low on them? You definitely want to restock them before the new year. Also, now is a good time to grab a 2024 calendar or agenda and fill it with the upcoming 2024 appointments, events, holidays, birthdays, things like that. So you have everything organized a month and a half before the new year even begins. So nothing kind of catches you by surprise and you don't forget, oh, my mom's birthday or my wife's anniversary, something like that. So we are now moving into the wardrobe and or closet, if you like. Let's start with dry cleaning. Are there any blazers or coats or any dresses that you need to have dry cleaned and freshened for the new year? Do that now. They'll get busy with people bringing in holiday dresses in December. Do it in November. Problem solved. What about your shoes? Do they smell? Do they need new insoles? Are any of the heels broken? Does anything need to be repaired or replaced? Go to a cobbler now and get that stuff fixed and invest in dragging out the life of your current items instead of chucking them and buying new items that might, break down just as quickly. Do you have sore feet? Are you getting plantar fasciitis from being on your feet? Do you need to see a chiropodist and look into getting orthotics? That's something that has to do with your shoes as well as your physical health. So it's a combination and overlap of different pillars. So that's physical health and wardrobe closet. Are there any items of clothing that currently need repairing or tailoring, hemming? Get that done. Go to Stitch It or any tailor that you know and get that stuff taken care of so you can wear it in the new year. I would also go through your closet and look at it as you did your decluttering process of your home. If you haven't worn an item enough, really get rid of it. If something doesn't fit you properly, toss it. I have really shrunk my wardrobe to a capsule collection, and that is because I have lost 50 pounds in 8 months on a liraglutide injectable drug called Saxenda. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll connect it up here with an iCard and you can watch that later. But I have gone from, plus size clothing down to now a medium small, and that's great, but I can't afford to just go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. So I've had to reluctantly get rid of things that I love and only exist with clothes that I had saved that still are in those smaller sizes. So I've just donated everything that no longer fits, and if I can sell those on Poshmark, which I have, that gives me a little extra pocket money to invest in a smaller size sweater or pair of pants for work. Back to shoes. Do you have any that need buffing or shining? Get that taken care of at the cobbler when you bring things in to get fixed. In your wardrobe, is there anything that has a stain that needs to be treated with a Tide pen or OxyClean? Do that now, soak it now, get it done. What about your glasses or your sunglasses? Get some lens cleaner and a cloth and clean all of your glasses and sunglasses so that you can see clearly through every lens that you've got in your closet. What about your handbags and purses and your work bag? Are they piling up with receipts and mints and change and all that stuff like chapsticks? Clean them all out, get them freshened, spray them with a little Febreze, let them air out, and then they're fresh for the new year. So moving from closet and wardrobe into the pillar of physical health. So this is the time now, if you haven't had a physical in a year, book one. If you haven't had a mammogram and you are of that age and you need one, book it. If you haven't had a pap smear and it's time to check for cervical cancer, book it. Just get that all done before the end of the year. It's horrible. I know none of us like it. As women, these tests are painful, but you'll have so much more peace of mind going into 2024 with your results, knowing you're healthy, there isn't any physical issues, and you can start the year off with a clean bill of health. What about your fitness? Are you gonna get a gym membership? Don't wait until the new year when everybody's New Year's resolution is to go to the gym. They'll be so busy, they hike up the prices because that's when they get all their clients making those resolutions and coming in for the first time. Go now in November, get a membership when it's dead, learn the machinery, build your routine in peace, and if you need a tutoring with, what are they called? Personal trainers, they will have more time slots available at this time of year than they will in the new year. So you just have a little more privacy and autonomy at the gym in November than you will in January when everyone's trying to lose weight and that's their New Year's resolution. What about dental? Have you had a cleaning this year? Have you had x-rays done? Do you need a root canal? Are your gums healthy? Do you have gingivitis? Get that checked at your dentist's. Or book the appointment for the new year and start flossing now so they don't give you shit for it by the time the appointment rolls around. Now moving into the beauty admin pillar. If you are someone who gets Botox, lip fillers, any type of injectables, do you need to freshen that up before the holiday season so that you look great and you're all set for the holiday parties and you feel confident? If you're someone who doesn't go the injectables route, do you have your face serums and your cleansers and your moisturizers all lined up for the new year? Are they all stocked? Are they all, fresh and not expired, good to go? I actually am not comfortable going the injectables route. I respect people who have the guts to do it, but I'm too afraid of needles and I could never do it. But I am going to be experimenting with castor oil and frankincense oil and seeing if that helps the bags under my eyes and the brightness of my skin and the fine lines I'm getting on my forehead, because I'm 38 now, turning 39 in the spring. So I am thinking about aging and how I can use a more homeopathic way to try and battle that before I even think about the injectables route. But if you get injectables and you're happy with how it's progressing, please leave me comments below about the process, because I'm so interested. I'm just terrified. And I think it's because I don't have enough information or know enough people who have done it. So I really don't know their stories. I'd love to hear yours. Do you need any waxing appointments? Getting your legs waxed, getting your underarms waxed, getting your bikini line waxed? What about teeth whitening? Do you use Crest white strips or do you use the laser at the dentist? Have them throw that in when you're at your dental appointment so you have a fresh smile for all the holiday pictures you'll be taking. Do you need to get your nails done for the holiday season? Book that appointment at your manicurist. What about a pedicure? Add that in too. Treat yourself this holiday season to looking great and feeling great with a mani-pedi. How is your hair doing? Do you need to get it trimmed? Is it looking dull? Does the color need to be refreshed? Do you need highlights? Do you need to use a hair mask because it's feeling dry? Book that with your salon. Do you have any broken makeup or empty makeup that you need to replace? Run to Sephora and get that new eyeshadow palette or that new lip liner that you need to have for your holiday makeup looks before it's all sold out to the gift givers who are pillaging Sephora for their gifts. My advice would be to get to them all now and then get out as soon as you can, because it's already crazy for Christmas shopping, even in the middle of a weekday. Are you running low on deodorant, on shampoo, on conditioner? Buy that stuff now in bulk. Stock your medicine cabinet and your linen closet with these items, and then you can basically get yourself all the way to the spring with all the items that you've bought. Try to get them on sale, and then you won't feel so guilty buying like 6 deodorants at once. Make sure you ditch all of your expired beauty products like last summer's sunscreen, because that does not last more than a year, and you want to make sure the SPF is fresh and strong. So invest in new SPF, even though it is winter. On those bright glary days, the UV rays still get to your skin. So don't think that just because it's summer, you're home free. Invest in a new like La Roche-Posay SPF or something that isn't so greasy, and you'll put that under your makeup and your skin will thank you later. Wash all of your makeup brushes, because these are items that can also carry bacteria that you don't want to be applying to your face. Another item that could fit in wardrobe or could fit in beauty is jewelry cleaner. Get all of your rings, necklaces, and earrings cleaned so that they sparkle for the holiday season. Exfoliate your body. When's the last time you did dry brushing or used a loofah to really exfoliate deeply your skin in the shower? It will be so appreciative and you'll feel really fresh and new. In terms of having fresh breath, are you happy with your toothpaste? Do you need to get any more? Do you need some mouthwash? Get a tongue scraper, get that extra bacteria out. Invest in these things and you will feel 1000% fresher when you're talking to people at parties and in groups and work parties, Christmas parties. It will really help. Moving on to the wellness and mental health pillar. So the first thing I want to talk about is habits. Are there any bad habits that you currently have that you would like to break? For example, smoking, drinking. Are you addicted to sugary drinks? Do you overeat? Or your portion size is too big? Anything that you need to work on, use these 2 months to start setting intentions and small goals and have small wins before the new year rolls around and you feel very overwhelmed by all these new goals and habits that you somehow have to implement on the 1st of January. No one said it has to be set up that way. We want to create momentum now so that you're starting off January already in the habit and the routine of doing the healthy moves. Is there anything on your mind that you'd like to run by a therapist? Is there something that you're having difficulty coping with, or that you feel like your partner or your family aren't hearing you about, or that you don't have enough support? Book a therapy appointment, get that off your chest, learn coping skills and a toolkit that can help you cope with these emotional and mental buildup. What I would do is, even if 2023 was a tough year for you, and it was for me, it was not my year, it was pretty brutal, I would still reflect on the year, get a notebook, get a gratitude journal, and just express all the blessings that you received this year, to not focus on the negative, but to show gratitude for the positive. The more that you practice gratitude, the healthier your mind will be, and the more optimistic and happy you will become. So we're talking about setting goals and systems for the new year of 2024, but we want to make sure that we look at the first step on the staircase, not the entire staircase, because that is too overwhelming. I know that every YouTuber and their mother has covered the Atomic Habits book by James Clear, and I want to tell you that I've tried to read that book 3 times and I find it so boring. As soon as I get to habit stacking, I switch off. I cannot stick with it. I'm sure it's great. I love his story. He's overcome a lot and his ideas are valid. And I think that there's a lot of great material that we can pull from those books, but I cannot be so regimented about my goals and habits and things like that. So I will just make a list of how, say your new goal is to get a new job in 2024. So I would start with the small goals, one at a time. Okay, 1, work on my resume. 2, confirm with my references that they'll talk me up and that they're okay with being listed as references. 3, browse through LinkedIn, see what's available on the job market. Search Glassdoor, see what the salary ranges are. Just do research and little steps before you suddenly start blitz applying to everything. But that's just one example. Finally, I want to mention, in terms of wellness, I want to talk about romanticizing your life. So this kind of falls under the living alone diaries that I ascribe to, because I'm single, I live alone, and I love the idea and the concept of dating yourself or taking yourself out to dinner. And I find that practicing that this year has really helped me to overcome any embarrassment or self-consciousness about doing things by myself. Last weekend, I took myself to the Taylor Swift Eras movie by myself. No one judged me. Everyone was having fun. Everyone was there to be a community and dancing and listening and enjoying. No one cares what you're doing. So no one's thinking of you the way you're worried they are. So I'm just very proud that I've overcome that. So I've started to romanticize my single life and benefit from all this time that I have to do the things that I want to do. What are the things that you want to do for 2024, and how will you romanticize your life to start believing that they're possible? So the next pillar is relationships. This is between you and your partner, you and your family, you and your friends. Is there anyone in your circle who you haven't spoken to in a while? Reach out to them, send them a holiday message, just wishing you a great festive season, thinking of you. People love receiving stuff like that. Are you doing holiday cards? Get everyone's address and just mail them a nice Christmas card. People love to receive mail that isn't bills. Ask yourself if you and your partner are in a good place. Are there any communication issues that you're having that can be worked on? Is there therapy that you need to go to together? Is it that severe, or is it just little tweaks that you can make to hear each other better and to benefit from each other's state of mind better? Evaluate the positive changes you both can make in different respects so that your relationship grows together instead of apart. Are you fighting or bickering with your mom or siblings? Maybe practice a bit of kindness with them before the year's end so that the holiday season goes a bit more smoothly. Okay, the next pillar we're talking about is our finances. And this is a tough one for me because I have been living paycheck to paycheck all year. And so it's been tough for me to plan or save. It just hasn't been possible. So I would love to build this pillar up in 2024. Look at your banking. What is the status of your banking, your TFSAs, your savings account, your checking account? Is everything kind of in order? Do you have a savings plan? Do you have an RRSP? How's your pension doing? All of that stuff, just evaluate that and see if you're on the same page as your financial advisor. How's your renter's insurance or your home insurance or your car insurance? Is it up for renewal? Make sure you get that taken care of before the new year. Do you have any student loan debt or a line of credit that you need to set up payment plans for? Do that, even if it's the bare minimum payment that covers the interest. Get that going so you can build up your positive credit score. For your finances, what about your taxes for the end of the year? Have you collected all the end of year documents that you'll need come April 2024? The next pillar I want to talk about is electronics. So we all use computers and laptops, phones, everything like that. We have chargers and cords all over the place, and it can be a lot, especially when we receive emails and spam and lots of photos and have our song playlists. How is all that doing in terms of organization in your system? Does your computer desktop need decluttering? Do you need to file documents into proper folders so they're easily accessible? What about the electrical outlets in your home? Are they all working? Do you need to call an electrician because one's out? Get that done. In terms of phone organization, delete the files and photos that you don't use. Unsubscribe from apps that you don't use. I have the app Calm on my phone. I don't meditate. It's been there for years. I need to delete it. I don't meditate. It's fine. Sort photos into folders so they're easily accessible. All of your chargers and cords, keep them together, keep them organized so that you know what goes with what. If you need to charge your phone, you can just grab it quickly, you know where it is, and you aren't left on low battery scrambling. In terms of your keyboards, clean them out, get all the dust out of there, blow some air through the computer so that you can get all of the dust out of the inside. Disinfect your phone. That thing builds up bacteria because we touch it multiple times a day with our dirty hands. So you're gonna wanna clean the screen, take it out of the case, clean out the case, clean off the back, and then put it back in the case. Wash your computer screen, your trackpad, your mouse. Get that stuff all disinfected as well because we're very dexterous with them. We touch them a lot. If you have a car, I do not, but a lot of people I know do, so I thought I would include this category in case you need some car admin cleaning advice. How's the oil doing in your car? Do you need to replace it before the end of the year? Have you switched from summer to winter tires? It's getting icy out there. Do you need to put extra air in your tires? Are they getting a bit flat? Do you need to vacuum out your car and throw out all the trash and the garbage and the takeout food containers and the Tim Hortons cups and the Starbucks cups? Do that. Do you need to put in winter mats to protect your flooring from the slush and the salt that's sure to build up? And finally, go through a car wash, get it cleaned, even get it waxed if you want, just so that it's all fresh for the new year. Another category that we often don't think of is job admin. How is your job going? Are you where you want to be? Are you up for a promotion? Do you have proof and examples of why you deserve that promotion or you deserve that raise? Write down everything you've achieved at work this past year so that you have backup examples to show your higher ups why you should be the person to move up and into a new role. What about your year-end performance review? Do you have examples of that too, of how you can prove you really did well this year and contributed to the company? I just want you to look good at work. So the next pillar is hobbies. And this is something that's very important that I started to take seriously this year, and I want to take even more seriously in 2024. So I was working so much that I just came home and would crash and nap or eat, and this just wasn't healthy habits. I started implementing hobbies such as painting, doing paint by numbers, painting acrylic on canvases, and it turned into a bit of a side hustle where I was actually selling some paintings and making some extra money, which I never saw coming. But there's more: rock climbing, kayaking in the summer, obviously, but you can go to an indoor rock climbing place. What about bowling? Anything that you want to do, join a book club, meet people that way, and just start to reach out and expand your horizons, expand your small world. If it is too small, make it a little bit bigger by adding in a hobby. Is there anything you want to start in 2024 that you've been thinking of for a long time, like a website or a blog or a TikTok account? Now's the time to research how to do that to launch it in the new year. Sign up for kickboxing or a cooking class or painting classes. Any type of class that just gets you out of the house and with other people chatting is really going to add value to your life. So for the pillar outdoor admin, this is for people who have lawns or garages. Me, I just have a balcony, but it still applies to me because I had patio furniture I need to cover with tarps to protect it from the winter storms. And if you have lawnmowers that need to be put in a shed or need to cover up your patio furniture, just put things away or get all the leaves raked up before the snow falls and put those at the end of your driveway to be picked up. Any yard work or organizing your garage, getting it decluttered, do that before it gets too cold to be outside to take care of it. Or do you need to hang your Christmas lights? Do it now when it's not -40. So social media admin kind of goes with phone admin, but the phone is more the device and the clutter that's on your phone. For social media admin, I want you to go through a cleanse or a detox. I want you to unfollow people on your social media apps that make you feel bad about yourself. There are people who are aspirational and inspire you and give you good ideas and make you feel warm and fuzzy. Then there are different creators who kind of make you feel like you're missing out, or you have FOMO, or you wish you could do that and you don't feel good enough. So make sure you just cleanse your followers and cleanse your list of who you're following so that you feel positive when you're exploring social media. But I would try to decrease your screen time and really just go on a cleanse or a detox. Do 24 hours without your phone, try that, or implement at the end of the day, 7 p.m. till bedtime, you're not gonna go on social media, because that's a time you want some peace of mind and to set your intentions and your positivity and have that focused on the day to come. The next pillar is living things. Your plants, do you have plants? How are they doing? Do they need to be watered? Are they overwatered? Do they need to be dried out? Are they too dry and need more water? Do they need a dose of Miracle-Gro? The sun is much less this time of year, especially with the daylight savings time that we just had. So I would get them close to the windows so they can get as much light as possible. What about your pets? How are they doing? Do they need a grooming appointment, a vet appointment? I hope they're doing better than your plants. Micah, for example, my cat needs her nails clipped, so I have to do that today before I move on to other tasks. I have to get her more food. I have to refill her water bottle, change her litter, get new litter, just make sure everything is stocked for my pet so that she's healthy, and then I have peace of mind because my pet is doing well. What about a litter box? Do you need to scrub that bad boy out? Don't just change the litter, really scrub it to get the ammonia out of the plastic. Do you have enough dog poop bags for when you go on walks with your dog? Get those. The next pillar I have is called the unfinished business pillar, where I've just kind of put miscellaneous stuff. Is there anything around the house that you need to get done, like hanging a piece of art or a picture on the wall that you haven't done yet? Is there pictures on your phone you want to print out and put into frames? Get that done. Do you have wobbly dining chairs? Get those fixed and tightened. Have you borrowed any books from the library that need returning? Do you have late fees? Pay those off. Do you have unused gift cards piling up? This is a great one because you can use them to buy Christmas presents for people this year, thus saving you money. Are there any burnt out light bulbs that need changing? Get on that. What about the batteries in your smoke detector? Change those if it's going to beep soon. My final category, or pillar if you will, is events, because this holiday season there are sure to be a lot of events that you're going to have to participate in, and it can feel daunting. Are you having Christmas Eve dinner at your husband's family's or yours? Have you guys thought about that yet? Go do that now. Fight about it now, make the decision, then you don't have to fight about it on the 23rd of December. You'll know where you've got to be when. If you're having any potluck meals, have you picked out the side dishes you're going to make? Have you found a favorite recipe for a casserole that you're going to make, or a side dish that you want to bring? Do you know the ingredients you need? Get that all organized ahead of time so that you can just pop into the grocery store, get what's on the list, pop home, and throw it together. Do you have tape and wrapping paper and ribbons and cards for all your gift wrapping this Christmas? Do you have your Christmas baking supplies? Do you need new cookie sheets? Do you have icing sugar? All of that stuff. needs to be asked before December hits, really, because that's when you're in full-blown crazy mode. All right, guys, so that is my prep with me for 2024 video, my very extensive list. I'm gonna start attacking it. I hope you'll attack it with me. Let me know the progress in the comments below of how you're doing and coming along with it. If there's anything that's giving you particular trouble that I can offer advice with, or if I've missed anything, tell me, because I'm sure I need to add it to my list as well. For example, I need to, if I'm going to be making more videos, I need to get a ring light. It's something I haven't had money to invest in, but I'm looking forward to putting more into my channel and getting ready for Vlogmas. And I just, am looking forward to expanding that hobby. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.